man, here we go. RSV4 factory 2017. Already, I can feel this bike is rather cramped. And I mean that by the handlebar, the reach, everything. It seems real tight. Everything feels real close together. Like my hands are almost to my knees, is what it feels like. So, if you're taller than 6 foot like I am, I'm sure there's people that can do it, but for me, I like a little more room. So right off the bat, that's kind of a feel. However, everything else was real comfortable. The seat's comfortable already. It's very wide, and again, I'm 6 foot, so my toes, I'm actually on the balls of my feet. So someone shorter would fit really nice when riding, but when stopped, they have a little bit of issue because of how wide the seat is. So it's kind of an interesting mix. Now this thing has quick shifter and auto blipper, which seamless. Very, very smooth. Very smooth. The power band on this thing feels like it's everywhere. I've only been riding it for a short amount of time, so to really get into that would be wrong of me. However, it just feels like there's grunt everywhere. Whether I'm bogged down or I'm revving a little higher, it just keeps going. And the higher the revs, the more this thing screams. And I tell you what, cruising it sounds mild, but once you give it a little, that thing spools up and it sounds nasty. Man, this bike's got a great sound to it. I tell you what, the mirrors actually work really well. Do they reflect? Of course they do, but they don't bounce. There's one thing that Ducati always has a problem with, the mirrors and how bad the vibration resonates through them. Man, this quick shifter auto blipper's nice. But from what I've noticed so far, it's a very smooth riding, comfortable bike. On top of that, I believe this is cruise control. I have no idea how to use it. So I'm not going to mess with it too much right now, but it's on there. You can Bluetooth this thing. There's a Bluetooth setting. That's crazy. Oh, I don't even know what that is, honestly. I'm not going to go into the Bluetooth, but yeah, it looks like there's a Bluetooth setting. I see little grayed out diagrams for it. But yeah, the sound this thing makes is incredible. From the drivetrain to the engine, it just sounds mean. Roller coaster! That hill makes your stomach go up. It's freaking awesome. Oh, Jesus Christ. The sound this thing makes, it's beautiful. Obviously there's things you can adjust on this, like the clutch lever position, everything. Right, to me, I have a relatively large hand, and the reach is actually kind of far for me. But again, that stuff can be adjusted. That's no big deal. The rideability of this thing around town is fantastic, and you're going the same flipping way I am. God damn it. So the power delivery seemed to lag a little bit, and that may just be because I'm in sport mode. I don't know. It's something else that I don't have enough time on this bike to really tell you guys. But when it comes on like a freight train. It just pulls and pulls and pulls, and man, is it nice. Oh, man. The power delivery of this thing is incredible. Just incredible. So once you get past about 6,000 RPM, she really starts to scream, and I do mean scream. I can see why a lot of people love Aprilias. You know, I've been wanting to ride one for a while, and now I finally got to, I can definitely see why people like them a lot. There are things about it that, that I'm not that much of a fan of. The seating position really for me is the only thing that I'm not a fan of. Because I'm so close together, I just feel really crunched up. Now, what's cool about that is, let me phrase this, because you're not completely sprawled out and stretched out, you don't feel nearly as fatigued on the wrists and everything as you do with bikes like other Ducatis, where you lean way far forward and you're raked, your butt's farther back, so you get a lot of that pressure on your wrists because you're so far away from the center of your body. This bike, everything's really centered and compact back, so that is a good thing in and of itself. Oh man, that quick shift, that was first gear. Oh, the turn in. Wow. The turn in of this thing, she leans very well. Now again, it feels like a bigger bike, but not by much. Let's see here. What can I do with this? Where can I go? Ugh. Community. Alright, tight turn. Let's see what you do. Oh, real easy. Man, I love the sound this thing makes. So, I obviously love how Ducati sound. The V4 that they did, I love the way that sounds. This is right up there with them. See, I don't want to knock Japanese bikes. They are great and they function incredibly well and they're very fast. Man, do they lack a personality that these European bikes have. They really do. I mean, hell, even the BMW S1000R has a personality to it. It's a very boring and well laid out and very methodic personality. However, it's a perfect personality if you think about it. This has a little bit of the roughness to it, a little hard edge to it that I find more appealing because it makes it seem like it's a harder bike to ride. And then again, Ducati's got a little more rawness, which I really love. So, if you're not a fan of Ducatis and you want something with a little personality that functions incredibly well, Aprilia. So many people talk so highly of them, and I can definitely see why. They're this little trek that I'm doing, which is probably longer than I probably should, man, is it awesome. I just wish I could figure out how to do that. Just isn't something you should probably do on the while riding, which is try to set your cruise control. Max speed 106. Was that me? Whoops. Okay. Anyway, so this dash has got a really sweet lean angle. It's got a dial on it, and it's digital, obviously. And it's actually really cool. Now the Anniversario, the 12.9, and the V4 all have that lean angle, so does Yamahas and everything else. Everyone does it a little bit differently. I like how this dash is displayed. Speedo is really good, tach's really good, and then you can see everything else. It's perfectly placed in their little spot. And I really like that. It's a good attention to detail when it comes to placement of things. Here's a test I like doing because you can't put the 12.99, 11.99 in 6th gear at 50 miles an hour. It absolutely hates it. 3,000 RPM. it doesn't like any gear at that RPM. So to be able to put this in 6th gear and cruise is actually really freaking good. Really freaking good. I really wish I knew how to change modes and everything. I don't. There's a lot of stuff on here that I don't know how to do, that with a little more time I get to play with it a little more. However, this is from the box, from the factory. This is how it is, and wow, what a bike. For something you just hop on and go fast on, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. I highly encourage you guys to go out and try one of these. So here's my little review of Aprilia RSV4 Factory. I honestly want to keep riding this. This is that comfortable of a bike and that nice to ride, that it really lends to being able to do it for a longer period of time. Oh my god, the power of this thing, holy shit. Man. It just doesn't quit. Man, it's fantastic. So, you all have a good one. This is the end of my reviews. I hope you all liked it. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video and follow along with the rest of the stuff that I put out. Also, I have another YouTube account. It is The Guy Basics. In that channel, all we do is go over the things that I feel that every guy should be able to do. You all have a good one. I'll chat with you later, as long as this chick in this giant Titan doesn't hit me. And with that, I bid you adieu.